What is going on, guys? It is Noodle House here, and we're back in the class trial. Let us continue on and not waste any time.
Thank you, Maki. That was a helpful insight.
I can't believe you didn't notice it. I guess that's why you're still an apprentice.
Wow, that was cutting, wasn't it?
First, let's establish the crime scene.
Wasn't it the dorm room? Ryoma was relaxing in his room when he got attacked.
But the cause of death was drowning.
Nope. So it wouldn't
There's
be able
nothing
to
in
be
his
cool.
room that could collect enough water.
He's got a toilet, doesn't he?
Drown in toilets? Impossible!
We should use
Good
the
drown in
place
toilet.
where water is stored. The only place that fits it.
That's wrong!
Beat counter, yeah.
The pool could not have been the scene of the murder. Ryoma was killed at nighttime. No swimming is allowed at nighttime, so a living person could not have gone in.
A dead body is fine because it's just an object. But if a living person enters the pool, I think I might cry.
Cry as loud as you want. I'll cry with you. We can spend the night together crying. In the morning after, I'll write goodbye on your mirror in lipstick before I quietly leave.
Only after you leave do I realize how much you really mean to me.
Quit being so gloomy! This is the year of the Jets! Fuck the Patriots!
I love that. That's actually quite good.
Anyway,
I like that. That was just such
we
a
can
random
conclude
fucking
it's
sports
impossible
reference.
for him to have drowned in the pool.
Where was Ryoma killed if not pool? Is there other place where water can be stored?
Oh.
This is it! The sink in Ryoma's lab. There were distinct scratch marks on it.
Scratch marks on the sink?
And I believe those scratches were caused by...
By the handcuffs.
This is it! The handcuffs. They were scratched as well, correct?
Well, yeah. Sort of looked like they'd been scraped against something.
There's also the fact that the handcuffs were from Ryoma's lab. The marks in the sink came from the handcuffs in the same room. The size and shape of the scratches are consistent with the handcuffs, I'm sure.
How did those handcuffs get from the lab to the water tank?
Because Ryoma was wearing them, right?
Yes, though they were only visible for a brief moment when Ryoma appeared in the tank. I am certain he was wearing the handcuffs at the time.
The handcuffs were left after the piranhas devoured Ryoma.
So, the culprit handcuffed Ryoma and drowned him in his lab sink.
Ryoma must have been pretty yummy. They chomped up his entire body. Arms, legs, brain.
Saying disgusting things. I don't want to hear it.
That crunchy texture with the fatty parts just right. Then when they bite down, it gushes.
Stop! Please stop!
But how did culprit handcuff Ryoma? He could have used Shikuchi method to get away, unless someone ambushed him?
It's possible they knocked him out before handcuffing him. Though there's no way we can be sure, now that he's not but bones.
I doubt he was ambushed. I'm pretty sure the culprit got Ryoma by... Don't pay attention to little old me. I'm just talking to myself.
When you talk to yourself, pretend you're eating and chew with your mouth closed. Otherwise, you'll get a mouthful of peanut butter squid. It's so disgusting you'll laugh.
God, I hate peanut butter squid.
So we all
I've actually
agree
tried some
Ryoma
before,
was
it's not
drowned
good.
in the sink in his lab, right? That sink could have held enough water to do it for sure.
Alright, I'm calling it. The crime scene is Ryoma's fucking research lab. But how did the culprit carry his body to the gym from there? Isn't Ryoma's lab on the 3rd floor of the academy?
It's actually not far at all. Although, perhaps it's more accurate to say there's a shortcut.
Was there a shortcut?
What shortcut between Ryoma's lab and the gym did the culprit use? It's the window, wasn't it? Can I... There we go, okay. I keep forgetting it's triangle, not fucking X.
The shortcut is the window in Ryoma's lab.
The window?
That's right. None of the windows in this school open. Except the one in Ryoma's lab. And on top of that, the window faced the pool. You can see the gym straight across.
The culprit dropped Ryoma's body into the pool area from the lab window? Then they could have thrown the body into the piranha tank through the gym window. How's that? Mission complete!
Your explanation contradicts some things we discussed earlier. The gym window was too high to reach from the pool side, even if one used the ladder.
That's right! I apologize! I must go on a journey to reflect on this!
We keep hitting dead ends, since we don't know how the body was thrown into the gym.
Well, that didn't really give us any info about the crime.
Not necessarily, we learned a lot of important information. Now I'm sure the scene of the crime was Ryoma's lab, the case is becoming clearer. To determine how the body was taken, how the body got from the crime scene to where it was found, I have to figure out how it got from the 3rd floor window to the gym. Alright then, I have to analyse the possible methods and find the most likely. We have to do things how a fucking psych taxi will start up, okay. The objective for this mode is to gather the letter cubes lying around in the form of question, to form the question. Use the X button to accelerate, the left-right stick to move left and right. Picking up the letter cubes floating around, you can complete the question. Once you've completed the question, you head back toward the S score that is the correct answer. If it's the right answer, they'll get in your car. If it's the wrong answer, something bad happens. Wait, they're an escort. And those will be other cars on the road. If you hit those, you take focus energy damage. If it's dangerous, use R1 to concentrate, stay calm and avoid them. Please drive safely, enjoy the ride. Okay. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. Let's go. Oh god. Oh god, this controls really quite strangely. It's like, it feels almost a bit too responsive. Like, you know, in the body was brought from. Where was the body brought from? Oh, lab window. Okay, that's a little bit of a harsh way to pick up an escort. You don't drive into them. It's like a quick way to have to worry about having to hide a dead body. I mean, you know, nothing like that. All the letter cubes. So, body was brought to the gym from where? The window, obviously. still really weird. This is so strange. New question. Hello, other cars. Oh, fucking the second one. Booty, booty. Is that it? Bring two more. Go. Hasn't moved from the classroom window to the gym window. Or window to window, wasn't it? What was the other option? Yeah, window to window. Yeah, did it.
I've got it. Ryoma's body was moved directly from his lab to the gym.
Directly? Don't tell me they threw the body from window to window. I mean, we're talking about a body. It's not like tossing a baseball, you know.
No, I don't believe he was thrown. But perhaps...
What do you mean another way? There's no other way to move it.
The culprit must have used some kind of equipment.
Equipment?
With this equipment, they can connect the two windows and move the body to the gym.
Equipment to connect the windows. I believe they're found near the body. Right, right?
There! The rope found behind the gym stage could have been used to connect the windows.
Oh, there was a mysterious mystery about that rope that only Actua can reveal. What mysterious mystery? During last night's preparations for the show, that rope was in the wing of the stage. But the next morning, the rope has been moved backstage for some reason.
Interesting.
It's a mysterious mystery. Only Actua knows the answer.
So, during nighttime, someone used the rope, then threw it into the gym window?
So they did use the rope. That's how they bridged the distance between both windows.
Is the rope long enough to reach both windows?
The rope is roughly 65 feet in length. As for the distance between the windows... According to the sign of the pool, the width of the pool is roughly 35 feet. And the distance from the edges of the pool to the windows is an additional 16 feet. Altogether, the sum total length from one window to the other is roughly 50 feet.
And pool is only thing between research lab and gym windows.
You bet it's long enough. That's what she said. Wait, who said that?
Even if the rope was long enough, wouldn't it be pretty hard to tie them to the windows?
Yeah, it would be. It would be
Both
very
windows
hard.
were too high to reach. It would be like tying a rope from one cliff to another.
If the windows were closer together, then they could toss the rope across. But they're not.
No, going to think it would work. Just need one more rope.
Yep.
Another rope.
One rope out one window, one rope out the other window, tie them together in the middle.
Oh,
There you go, sorted.
impossible. Sorry.
No, I'm sure there was another rope, or at least something that could be used as a rope. Was the
This is
cable.
it! The tennis net cable from Ryoma's lab could serve as a rope.
How long is it?
About 50 feet or so. But how do they use it?
Okay, so... First, culprit hang rope outside of one window. Then, culprit move to other side. And tie cable to other window.
Yeah, I thought so.
Then, after tying to each window, culprit tie rope and cable together. That how culprit make one rope that reach both windows.
Wow! That's amazing, Gonta! You're so knowledgeable!
It's nothing. Gonta use ropes a lot when looking for bugs.
Even if they did connect the windows with a rope, they can't carry a body on just that.
Eureka! I got it! Thomas Edison once said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Nice.
But in my case, it's 100% inspiration! Get it. Just tell us already. They handcuffed the body to the rope and slid it from one window to the other, like Tarzan!
The body would reach the gym window, but it wouldn't land in the piranha tank. Stop making such dumbass comments and keep your smelly breath in your dirty mouth.
Jesus.
Tarzan? But they also had to put the body in the piranha tank after they moved it, huh?
That is not feasible with just one rope.
Maybe the rope wasn't the only equipment the culprit used.
Not just the rope.
Well, anyway, it would have been pretty difficult to get that body in the piranha tank. He wouldn't just throw it. The trick was a super crucial part of the culprit's plan. The culprit must have carefully placed the body into the tank with their own hands. But is there really a way to do that?
Kokichi, are you hinting at something?
Huh? Hint? What hint? Don't confuse me with your talk of hinting hints.
You're confusing me. You were definitely onto something. It's true the culprit needs to place the body directly into the piranha tank. If the body were to fall, the culprit would not have been able to retrieve it. They would have only had one shot and no second chances. So obviously the culprit would have to put the body in the tank carefully. Meaning they would want to get as close to the window as possible. Problem is, how did they get near it? All we know right now is there was a rope that connected the windows. Somehow the culprit used that to move the body and were close to the window themselves. To make that work, they had to use something else. But what would that be? What could they have done?
All right, Shuichi.
What?
Listen up. Do a good job here, and I'll be able to put an end to this trial.
Wow.
It all starts with you. You be the opening act, and I'll be the main event. And then together, we're gonna save everyone.
Together?
You got this. After all, you are my sidekick. I believe in you, so I'm gonna leave the rest to you.
Yeah.
I like Kaito. He's going to be next to die, probably. Okay, I can do this. I'll solve this mystery and show everyone the truth. This is the main event. Something was used to use the rope to move the body between the windows. Think. Come on, think. Great, hang on, Gambit. Oh, okay, shit. Wrong one. That one. That one. I can't remember the rest now. Come on, give me another little burst. This one. Rope way, I think. There it is. Done it.
I see now. The culprit used something like a ropeway to move the body.
A ropeway, huh? Are you sure about that? Wow, you got train damage or something? You'd need some kind of vessel to use on a ropeway, and we don't have that!
No, it definitely was. The culprit used it to move the body along the rope. It seems we have to deduce an image mind mine will begin. In this mode, the objective is to dig up the answer. At the beginning, the answers will be completely covered in pieces. Use the L stick to move the cursor and erase the piece with the X button. The piece will be erased when two or more of the same colour connect. The adjacent pieces will then change colour the following order: white, pink, yellow, white. If you do this right, you can remove all the pieces from an object. The trick is to predict how the adjacent pieces will change. When all the pieces of on top of an object are gone, you can select the image object as the answer. If you select the wrong object, your influence gauge will take damage. There's just one piece left. You can break X. You can press X repeatedly to break it. That will incur a time penalty, so don't just mash buttons. It might sound complicated, but trust me, you'll get it as you play. Thank you for your understanding. Okay, let's start this then. This one here. Boom, boom. One. There we go. Can I select that? Not yet. Let me select it. There we go, got it.
I see it!
It's because it was left in the pool area.
It's the inner tube. The rubber inner tube we found floating in the pool.
The inner tube?
Remember the inner tube we found in the pool with a rope on one side? Maybe the rope was originally tied on both sides.
Probably.
The culprit made a ropeway by hanging the tube from the rope connecting the windows. And because the third floor window is higher up, gravity would have pushed the inner tube along. The inner tube is made of sturdy rubber as well. It could have supported two people.
Oh.
The culprit used the ropes and the inner tube to construct a rudimentary ropeway, and used it to move themselves and Ryoma's body from the lab to the gym. Once through the gym window, the culprit stood on the inner tube to move the body. Either that, or the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. That way would be more stable, and let them handle the corpse more carefully. Finally, they removed the rope from the window frame and left the scene.
Okay.
Well, when you put it like that, it certainly sounds possible. But wow, a ropeway!
You say the culprit placed their foot on the windowsill. Isn't that against school rules?
Is it?
It would count as entering the gym, would it not?
Would it?
Last time we got asked that question, we decided it was okay. Sticking your body through the window is an automatic out, but standing on the sill is...
Wait, who asked you last time?
Oh, that's a good point. Someone must have asked.
It is quite possible that the culprit went to you to confirm the details of their plan.
Oh, shit!
You didn't put your foot in your mouth.
His foot! Monosuke just unhinged his jaw and swallowed his entire leg!
Cut it out! I can't write this off as a joke if you do keep freaking out about it.
Then your little slip-up is actually the truth!
Pops?
Uh-oh! Daddy's mad at you now!
Yeah.
Don't look at me. This is what you get for acting like a big shot all the time.
Do not bully Monosuke.
What's up, Bully Monosuke?
Each other. Everybody makes mistakes. I want us all to get along.
Monodom's right!
Monosuke, you better thank Monodum. Less attitude and more gratitude. Got it?
Wonder who'll die this time.
Come on. The trial was just getting fun. Why you gotta ruin it with that slip-up? But I guess now we know Shuichi's logic is right on the money.
use ropeway to move body?
Makes sense.
Yeah, they use the ropeway to move with the body from window to window.
Ropeway murder? Some crazy-ass shit! But if the mechanism was that complicated, wouldn't it be hard to put it all away?
Not necessarily. All one must do is detach the rope from the window after using the ropeway. Then, after returning to Ryoma's lab, one could retrieve the rope from that side. Tossing the rope into the gym from the pool window would be the final step.
I see! The rope was thrown from the window! That's why we found it there!
With that method, the culprit must have made numerous trips from Ryoma's lab to the pool.
Which is why the crime was committed during nighttime, while we all slumbered. But if the culprit was so careful to recover the rope they used to commit the crime, why did they leave the inner tube in the pool?
I believe that was an accident.
Because it was nighttime.
An accident?
Yes. When the culprit was taking down the inner tube, they accidentally dropped it.
Then why did the culprit leave it in the pool?
Because it was nighttime. The reason the culprit left it in the pool is obvious. It was nighttime. Easy.
Even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't, because this took place at nighttime.
I see. They couldn't get the inner tube because swimming is prohibited at nighttime. But couldn't they have used the rope to fish it out?
Not necessarily. You see, the water level in that pool is so low. Even if one tried to draw in the inner tube using the rope, the steep angle the rope would be at would make it nigh impossible.
It'd be different if they used a pole, but there's no way a rope would work.
Even if inner tube was closer to pool edge, water's still too low to drag tube in.
Yep.
Work. I can see why they just left it there. Yeah, it would take too long. And they would have been busted if someone saw them. Huh! What kind of clumsy dipshit drops an inner tube and can't retrieve it?
The murderer.
Let me tell you, this culprit's a real fucking amateur!
No, actually, save for that one mistake, this was the perfect crime.
If Maki had never met up with Ryoma at nighttime, it might have been the end for us. Well, I still don't know if Maki is telling the truth or not.
Who is it?
Personally, I find this culprit frighteningly thorough. Such a bold, beautiful plan. I never even imagined there was a ropeway. Respect begins to bloom in my heart for this wonderfully cruel culprit.
What are you, stupid? Don't respect the culprit.
No respecting the culprit's intelligence is crucial in solving this case. We're so close, just one step away from the truth.
Now, we just need to figure out who the culprit is.
But of course, it would be pointless to unravel this mystery otherwise.
So, who is it?
Looks like it's time for me to start the main event. But my sidekick here is on a roll right now, so I'll let him take this one.
Okay.
You're just pushing everything onto Shuichi because you don't know yourself.
Well, Shuichi, do you already know who the culprit is?
Yes, I have a good idea who the culprit is. I don't. Let's go over everything in my head.
Hey, Shuichi, are you hesitating again?
What?
Come on, man, there's no need for that. Like I said, you're my sidekick. I take responsibility for any mistakes my sidekick makes. So use those skills of yours I believe in to shove the truth down their throats.
You believe in my detective skills?
Someone has
That's
to.
right. I'm gonna leave it all to you, Shuichi.
Yeah, I need to believe in my detective work. This whole setup would have been prepared in the gym well beforehand. And knowing the narrows of this suspects. So it wasn't Himiko. It wasn't. I wanted it to be Angie, but it's not Angie. I think it's Kurumi.
It has to be you! There's one more thing I still have to confirm. But Kirumi is the prime suspect.
Me?
What? Kirumi?
Oh, so Kirumi is the culprit.
That is not yet a certainty. Let us hear her testimony first.
Is this true, Kirumi?
I cannot believe you would suspect me. If that is the case, then I will have to deny it. I will not let you make the wrong choice.
You will.
Choice?
If you do believe it is me, are you prepared to stand by that decision? I will refute your accusations with all my might, for everyone's sake.
Yeah, it is her. Thanks for confirming, game. So, advise.
I, of course, am not the culprit.
The crime was committed at night. You have no honor.
An
No.
alibi for nighttime? I believe most of us think that happened.
I have evidence that proves you're the culprit.
Do you think you would fall for such nonsense?
The trick relied on complex mechanisms to work. But someone like you could be skilled enough to pull it off.
Preposterous. That could have been done.
Got it.
No. The only person who could have prepared this murder is Kirumi. Well, the preparations in the gym in any case.
And why do you believe that?
Before the culprit could put the body into the tank, several steps needed to be taken.
Like tying the rope to the gym window and putting a partition in the piranha tank.
That's right. Ryoma's body entered the gym from the window. That required preparation. It could only have been done when Kirumi was by herself in the gym before nighttime.
But Kirumi was alone in the gym for only like 5 minutes.
Not enough time for the whole murder, but enough time to set it up.
Yeah.
Enough time to tie the rope on the window frame and put the pain in the piranha tank.
This is my selfless devotion.
Yeah, here we go. This is it.
While I do understand where you are coming from, I assure you this is just a part of your petty imagination. An empty...
Okay.
If it were solely the rope and partition, I suppose 5 minutes might be enough time. I accept that. However, the crux of your argument is not but a guess. You continue to force the facts to conform to your misguided narrative. When you consider that the crux of your argument is faulty, your entire case falls apart.
There we go.
What do you mean by crux of the argument? How is it just a guess?
I am referring to the road. Now, with that road, it is possible to reach the gym window from the 3rd floor window, but there is no evidence to indicate this had happened.
There was
Oh,
evidence.
cut through your words! I have evidence. The abrasions left on the window frames at the gym and the lab.
Those scratches from when the rope was tied to the window frame?
Just tying the rope to the frame wouldn't cause so much damage. The rope
The rope
tied
would.
to the frames must have been weighed down significantly. The frames didn't break, but they were left with distinct marks.
Those scratches are proof that you used a rope to carry the body to the windowsill.
Oh? What's wrong, Kirumi? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Hey, what's wrong? Hey, 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 hey!
Is Kirumi quiet because that's what happened?
Please answer us, Kirumi. Shuichi is doing this for your sake.
If it is for my sake, then it would be much easier to forfeit. But I cannot allow that, because I must do this for everyone!
For everyone?
I have a duty and a responsibility. I must serve everyone and protect them. So I refuse to surrender. They won't forgive me if I do.
What? Where's this coming from? Her response seems genuine. So, what did she mean by everyone? Is she doing this all for our sakes? Am I wrong? Is Kirumi innocent? No, I'm wrong again.
Hey, Kirumi, who exactly is this everyone you're talking about?
Kaito?
I've just got a weird feeling about this. When you said everyone, felt like you weren't talking about us. It felt like you were talking about someone who isn't here.
Someone who isn't here?
Someone outside of the academy?
Sounds that way.
Hey, do you think Kirumi saw her own motive video?
Huh? The motive
Must have done, it's the only thing.
You saw your important someone in danger, so you committed murder, right?
Is that true?
I am so sorry for making... Because of that, I made all of you assume something unnecessary.
Unnecessary?
You saying I'm wrong? This everyone you're talking about?
It is all of you, of course.
Really? Do you swear to Atua?
Yes, really. So please believe me. I am not the culprit. I do not care what becomes of me, but I will not allow any of you to die. I made a promise to Kaede.
Did you?
She wished for all of us to escape together.
And you find the best way to escape together is for everyone to die, right?
I want to fulfill my duties as the ultimate maid. I wish to serve everyone. So please believe me. You have to.
Kirumi.
Are we totally sure Kirumi's the culprit? Maybe it's someone else.
Nope.
Are we sure Kokichi isn't the culprit?
Possible, but probably not.
How rude.
Gota just can't believe Kirumi would kill Ryuma.
Kirumi's breakfasts were the best. She always treated us so well. She really is like a mom.
Perhaps it was after she gained our trust that she saw her chance to strike.
You really are screwed up. Screwed up from head to toe. Even through your clothes, I can tell.
Shuichi, please reconsider suspecting me as the culprit. You only suspect me because I was at the gym during nighttime yesterday, correct? But you cannot accuse me of being the culprit with that insufficient proof. It is still possible for Maki and Kaito to have gone to the gym. They do not have alibis. They could have pretended to help Himiko, but secretly prepared the murder.
When you put it that way, it does seem possible. We can't accuse Kirumi just based on our alibis.
Guys, maybe suspecting Kirumi is wrong.
Yeah, maybe we should think it over one more time.
I made a promise. As the ultimate detective, I made a promise to seek the truth. I made a promise to Kaede, so I'm not turning back now.
They're scared. They're scared they have to accuse one of her friends of murder. So it's up to me. I have to do it. I have to use my detective work to prove it.
So you still believe I am the culprit? But there is no evidence to indicate that I am...
No, there is. I have proof that you're the culprit. I realized it when we determined that the rope weight was used to move the body. If it wasn't the Kirumi who moved the body with a makeshift rope weight, then the final clue falls into place.
Ah, the black fabric.
No clue?
The damning evidence that proves Kirumi...
I thought that was part of Ryuma's clothing.
Shuichi, won't you please tell me why you are so desperate to pin me as the culprit? Don't you want to protect everyone?
I'm doing this because I want to protect everyone. Shuichi.
And you're wrong. Your deduction is all wrong.
Your words aren't going to convince me now. Not when I know the truth.
God damn it. Cutting words.
All you care about is your own reasoning. You don't even listen to others. You bet everyone's lives on a deduction made by a self-righteous brat. You can't save anyone!
No more doubts. I'm confident I'm right. I'm going to present everyone with the evidence that proves she's guilty. Where's the fucking... that one.
This is it! The piece of black fabric in the pool. That's the final clue that proves you're guilty. It's been bothering me for... I thought it was just trash at first. But I couldn't dismiss it entirely. Now that the class trial has come this far, I know for certain. It's an important piece of the puzzle, because like the inner tube, it's evidence the culprit couldn't dispose of.
Huh? Why not?
So they can go to the pool, you fucking idiot.
Using the ropeway, you could slide the inner tube from the lab to the gym. But how would you control it? If they kept sliding and hit the window, the momentum would have thrown the body off. To prevent that from happening, the culprit needed some way to adjust the... For example, the culprit could have used their hands for friction.
Stop the rope there.
Yeah, so what? You're still wrong. Your logic is flawed.
Why are you becoming increasingly erratic?
There is such absolute beauty in trying to fight against the truth.
What? That black cloth is just trash. You can't prove I'm the culprit with just that.
Already have.
It's not just trash. It's proof that you're the culprit.
Find out how the black fabric fits into this is key to everything. I'll make it all clear now. Oh great, it's this one. Oh, that's pretty cool.
You are incorrect. What is this
okay.
truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone. You are incorrect. What is this truth? That is just your empty deduction. You continue to confuse everyone.
What was that?
In this class trial,
Oh, okay, sped up.
everyone's life is at stake.
Bang, bang, bang.
Because of your self-righteous truth,
Bang, bang, bang. Hold. Oh, fuck.
everyone might die. In this class trial, everyone's life is at stake.
Okay, sure there is.
Because of your self-righteous truth, everyone might die.
There you go, there's another bit of
I
armor.
understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it. It seems you wish to pin me as the culprit. You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation. I only wish to protect everyone. Why must you intervene?
Oh my god, this is actually going mad.
I understand your reasoning, but I will never accept it.
Fuck, oh, I'm completely wrong way around.
You do not have any evidence. You are only providing us with speculation.
Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on.
Why must you interfere?
Bang, bang, bang,
I
bang.
completely understand your reason.
Bang. Got it, okay.
What is that
Key,
piece of trash
room,
do?
main stars.
It ends here!
Did it.
The piece of fabric came from Kirumi's black glove.
Kirumi's glove?
Yep.
If the culprit were slowing their descent by grabbing the rope with their hands, there would have been a lot of friction, easily enough to cause rope burn. But our culprit was smart. They weren't burned because they weren't bare-handed.
Yeah, the culprit had gloves on. One got all torn up from the friction and... fell into pool?
Must have.
From what I remember, the only one who wears black gloves is Kirumi, right?
The gloves on your hands now. I take it they're from your domain?
The extra uniforms in our rooms are made of the same material we're wearing now.
Compare the gloves to the fabric.
My theory by comparing the fabric scrap with your glove.
Well, Kirumi, will you allow us to compare the black fabric we found in the pool with your gloves?
What's the matter? Why are you sweating so much?
Kirumi, what's wrong?
In the end, I'm just like them. I'm scared of revealing the truth. Because it means that someone has to be sacrificed, but Kaede was scared too. She didn't let that stop her. She thought things through to the end. I faced the truth and doubted it, and kept thinking and kept going. This is where it led me, and I won't turn away from it.
I will show you the truth.
Okay. What we got? Friction of the glove. Okay, so what we got here? What was the user's petition in the tank? Not available yet. Thing on item the culprit took from the gym. Wasn't the rope from the gym, was it? Or was it? Yeah, it was, okay. There was a gym rope tied. That one. Before the murder was put on the victim's wrists. That was the handcuffs, but... That one? Okay. What was taken from the pool? That was the inner tube. That one. It was used to transport the body on the ropeway. And the brace is tougher than expected. That was the glove. There we go. What we got here? What it carried to. Okay, so got that. So it's this one. This one here. There. And down the tube. There we go. I nearly missed that one completely.
This is the truth of the case. The victim's body was found this morning during Himiko's underwater escape act. When we saw the piranhas in the tank, we thought that Himiko's escape, of course. It was all part of the act. Himiko's escape went perfectly. But when Angie opened the curtain in front of the tank, we saw Ryoma with piranhas swarming around him. Before any of us could react, the piranhas devoured Ryoma's body. And all that was left were his bones and the handcuffs he was wearing. That horrifying sight was the finishing touch on the culprit's own twisted magic trick. The culprit obfuscated the time and place of the murder, implicating Himiko in the process. In truth, the crime began last night, around 8:55 p.m. While preparing for the show in the gym, the culprit had a chance to be alone. It was then that the culprit used the ladder to reach the piranha tank and removed the glass lid to put inside the tank. They used it as a partition to force the piranhas to one side of the tank. Next, the culprit took the rope from the stage wing in the gym and used the ladder once more, this time to climb up to the gym's window. Once there, they opened the window and tied one end of the rope to the window frame. The rope was then thrown out the window toward the pool. The These preparations were key to the culprit's elaborate plan. At nighttime, past midnight, the culprit asked Ryoma to meet at his lab. All the pieces were in place. The culprit was ready to murder. First, the culprit knocked Ryoma out, probably striking him from behind. Then, they put the handcuffs from the shower room on Ryoma's wrists. And shoved his head into the sink filled with water. From the water and the pain of drowning, Ryoma should have woken up and struggled. The culprit anticipated his resistance, which is why Ryoma was handcuffed. The struggle left scrapes on the cuffs and sink, but in the end, Ryoma succumbed. Ryoma was dead, but the culprit's plan had only just begun. They removed the cable from the tennis net and hung it from the window facing the pool. And then, at the pool, they connected the wire and the rope from the gym window. They returned to the lab after picking up one last thing. The rubber inner tube that was in the pool's tool shed. Once back in the lab, the culprit pulled the cable, bringing up the rope. They pulled until the rope was taut, then tied it to the lab's window frame. And thus, the gym and the lab windows were connected by a single rope. After making a hanger of sorts with another length of rope tied to the inner tube, they hung the inner tube on the rope connecting the windows. That's how the culprit created the ropeway that was used to move the body. An impressive premeditated murder, but the culprit made two crucial mistakes. The culprit got on the inner tube with Ryoma's body and slid toward the gym. With the height difference between the windows, they would have built up quite some speed. To avoid crashing through the window, the culprit used a brake. They used their own hand to grip the rope and slow down. That would have caused significant rope burn had the culprit not been wearing gloves. But due to the friction, part of a glove tore off and dropped in the pool. Regardless, the culprit reached the window and put Ryoma's body into the piranha tank. The glass pane not only kept the piranhas and the body separated, it also kept the piranhas so close together, they concealed the body. After that, all the culprit had to do was untie the rope and the inner tube. But that's when they made their second mistake. One end of the rope came loose, and the inner tube dropped into the pool. Thus, the culprit was forced to leave two key pieces of evidence, the fabric and the inner tube. They couldn't retrieve the evidence because of the rule against swimming at nighttime. And that's the whole story. Am I wrong, Hirumi Tojo? The ultimate maid?
And that's that, basically.
That's the conclusion I reached. Do you have any objections?
This is very, very unfortunate, Shui. My pride as a maid demands that I fulfill every request that I receive. But to end like this...
Does that mean you admit it?
Hirumi.
Why use your own gloves, though? The warehouse should have had plenty.
There weren't any. Obviously, she would have used them if they were available. Jeez, Monokuma provided everything but the gloves. That's pretty sadistic. But thanks to him, at least the game became way more interesting.
So, it's decided.
This race was decided the moment someone, who shall not be named, opened their big mouth.
But you don't know that. Maybe the real culprit is someone nobody expects.
He is right. No need to worry.
Oh, Monodon. You're like a mommy taking care of her sick child.
All right, let's go! The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless finally face off! It's voting time!
Okay, this is easy. I voted.
Now then, it seems the voting has finished. Let's see the result.
And then what's the result? Oh, someone voted for me. I wonder who that could be.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Here we go, confirmation. Okay. So I'm going to end the episode. I got perfect, apparently. Oh, look at that. Damn. Right, I'm going to end the episode here. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like in the section below. And if you want to see more of this, then do subscribe to the channel, as I upload every day. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.